Hi, Tammy Metzger here with Mortgage Dogs.
Amy Jones with Jones Next Door at Keller Williams.
And we are both avid dog lovers and rescuers. And so we wanted to give you some tips on how to sell your home when you have a dog or multiple dogs in your household.
Just like Tammy, Mr. Jones and I love dogs.
So ideally, if it's within your budget, you should try to plan to move out before you sell. An unoccupied, staged home is going to give you the fastest and the highest offer.
It's very hard to live in your home when you have it show ready all the time, especially when you have pets.
We're going to go over a few things you can do if that's not an option for you, but if it is an option, you should give it some serious consideration. So first of all, what are you going to do with your dogs, right? So think about that ahead of time so that you're not worried about it or panicking leaving the house. If you plan to leave your dogs in the home, make sure that your realtor knows, right? And make sure that they're confined to a specific area. Ideally, they're crate trained and they're in a calm, quiet, cool room.
Yeah. It's not uncommon at all for us to visit a house when we're taking buyers to see them to encounter a crate in a room with some dogs. And then we say hi and we let them be. There's always a realtor that comes with buyers to your house. So there is a level of security of everything in your house being taken care of. And that includes the dogs. So if your dogs are safely put away and they're not going to bother us, we're not going to bother them.
Now, ideally, you would want to take your dogs out of the home for showing because we would like for a potential buyer to actually come and view your home and not even know that you have pets, right? Because maybe they don't. And even if they do, it's not their pets, right? So if there's going to be an open house, then maybe you want to arrange a doggy daycare for that day or a play date with a friend dog. Make sure you think about that ahead of time proactively and have a plan in place. Obviously, the weather is going to be a factor. We are in the heat of summer right now. And so we're not going to leave dogs in garages, and we have to have a plan in place ahead of time for that.
If a buyer has visited your house and has not picked up at all on the fact that you have any pets that live there, you're doing it right.
So along those lines, number one priority, and a lot of people cut corners on this, get a very deep clean. Do not cut corners on this. Do not tell them 2 hours max. Hire a team, get them in there, pay them to do a thorough job because you aren't going to notice the odors. I mean, I have 3 dogs myself, as you know. You're not going to notice the odors that someone else might. And everybody wants a clean home. And so let's present the home in the best possible light.
Do everything you can to make sure that when people come into the house, they're not smelling the dogs, and that you're probably nose blind to. We're all nose blind to our dog smell.
Our dogs don't smell.
Our dogs might smell.
All right, next is depersonalize. I know there are people who sometimes think that means de-style, and so let's clarify the difference between what does it mean to depersonalize a home versus to de-style.
If you're staying in the house and your furnishings and decor are still in the home, use them. But let's use them artfully. You want to make it look as much as you can like you would see a picture in a magazine of a home or on Zillow or in Airbnb, right? That's the vibe you want. So by depersonalizing, you're going to take away photos, artwork, anything that shows your family, kids, your pets even. What you can leave, stylish artwork, anything that enhances what you have going on around in the furnishings already. No more than about 1 to 3 items per wall or per surface.
And don't forget the yard. So when people first roll up to look at your home, that is the first impression, that front yard. And so how important is it to do some work on the front yard before you get your home?
Get rid of those weeds. Spruce it up. Clean it. Make it look good because curb appeal really is everything.
In the backyard, not as important, but you want to make sure before ever showing that you go through and do that poop scoop, right? And any random like dog toys or whatever in the yard, if you can put those away, just like in the home, we want to depersonalize so that your potential buyer can see themselves living in your new home.
And the best news of all, that whole list of things that Tammy and I just talked about, which may seem overwhelming, there are people for that. So many people. And your good realtor, if you've got a good one, will have a list of people who will do all those things for you, including the poop in the backyard.
Excellent. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.